Fuck, I can't. Maybe I should change some brush settings panel. Power editor. Well, why am I going to the power editor when I don't need it? I can do this and do this. Opacity down real. How is this sort of thing working? It's oh. This will probably be too long, but and this should go like. Fuck, my Wacom thing menu broke again. It's really unstable. I mean, the Wacom drivers should be stable and stuff, but they really aren't. Leonardo itself is way more stable than this context menu that Wacom provides. So now I have to use click interfaces for pretty much everything. So zoom doesn't work at all. This should be way slimmer. Right now I'm just trying to get the shape of the body down, sort of, because if that's something I've learned, is that the shapes are important, not as much the details, because details are added at a later time. It's harder to change the basic shape of something once you have a bunch of details on it. Which makes sense, but it was actually pretty hard to figure out what that meant when you started out. And I still have absolutely no clue except for what I'm doing right now. Because I have a hard time figuring out when to start adding what details. It's like, oh, now I work a little on the face, and then I work a little more on the face, and then suddenly I have worked way too much on the face and not enough on the body and stuff. Is this an alicorn body? I don't know if it's still too fat, and this is too, everything is too fat,
What's the matter? Be gone with you.
Well, that should still be there, I think. Wait, I'm doing this completely wrong. Let's start over. Let's put you on 25%, let's go to 25%, and yeah, alright.
Okay, I have my stream up now. I'm going to attempt to draw Octavia in, kind of critique me on the way, and if you see anything wrong, let me know.
Yeah, same here. If I'm doing derp, correct me. Like, I just realized I was forgetting the under sketch, so I started over. This should be like 9 pixels, I think. And 9.1, close enough. Yeah, that's good. And how do one start an under sketch? Here's a pony. Let's call it that. Like leg thing and another leg thing. These legs are really slim because it's an alicore. And this didn't work. This should go in. That's. This should be like really slim. This should go out a bit there. And this is all wrong. I should change some of the settings, by the way. So, use. Okay. And now when I press this button, nothing happens. Oh, come on. I just got a text, I'll have to. Okay, okay. Let's see. Oh, right, that's it. Much better. Someone is text spamming me. BRB. Why did I get muted?
So quiet.
Yeah, I got muted. Anyway, since I was muted a while ago, if anyone sort of spots anything I should think about, don't hesitate to say it. I also moved over to push to talk since I got muted. I think I can only guess the reason is that I was sort of making noises while I wasn't intending to. So
Yeah, I muted you when you got up a little bit ago. Okay, so Coder, since no one else is picking up critique right now, are you working on? You said you were working on an alicorn, right?
yeah. I can link the reference pic I'm using.
Sure, go ahead and do that. Throw that up in IRC if you want. The main things I see right off the bat are that the back legs are pretty vertical and they tend to kick back fairly severely with the alicorns. All of the ponies do that to some extent, but the alicorns seem to have a little bit more there. And the head is a bit small right now.
Yeah, I think they had... Hold on. Okay, yeah, the head is way too small. Never mind. Hello.
Heyo.
Hello.
Hi.
I need to figure out a better way to
Sure.
use mumble. I have an idea actually. Hold on.
Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must lie.
No, that won't work.
Coder, is yours the bottom right screen?
It is.
Okay.
Right now, going clockwise from the upper left, we have Uber Dragon, Fergov, Tech 314, and Coder Candy. Except I didn't go clockwise because I'm an idiot.
And it says 88 viewers.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's right or not.
It probably is. My Justin.tv stream is a featured stream, so we're going to pull in some random people as well. And everyone in the US may be waking up now, so we may be getting people seeing the Reddit posts stopping by.
Has anyone plugged the panels?
Nope.
Good. Oh, I do have one bit of critique for the alicorn one. They have very slender bodies, so their heads are... they look a little larger. Or the chest area is about the same as the head.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the head once I finished fixing the legs. Aitos already pointed it out.
I must have not heard that.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago.
back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
The curve on the nose, like that nose curve, is probably one of the hardest things to draw on a pony.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with the muzzle here. I'm not sure the best way to solve this.
Shorten it up a little bit. Compare yours to your reference, and in particular, look at how far past the curve of the face it extends, and compare those.
That look a little better?
Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing?
So the trick is that the back eye actually will extend down past the muzzle. So you'll never see the bottom of the back eye unless you're doing some sort of eye expression, like your cheekbone is moving up in front of the eye. So the muzzle is actually the cutoff point for the bottom of that eye. So I think that muzzle actually looks pretty good, except you're going to want to move it, like move the top part of it up so it's covering the bottom of the eye, if that makes sense.
Yeah. As soon as I can get paint tool side, I do what I want. So, how's that then?
Yeah, that's much better. Getting the nose curve is like the hardest thing because it's not a point, but it's not really curved either. Kind of pointed curve. And the big problem is depending on what kind of references you look at, some of the vector references that you can look at will actually have it be a point, like an actual hard point as opposed to a rounded point. And
I think the stream is down again.
yeah, it's loading back up now.
There's a problem with streaming and arting on this tablet at the same time. The screen gets sort of hot, so I can't really rest my hand on the screen without my hand getting all sweaty and stuff.
Okay, so how does that head look so far then?
Wait, who are you talking to?
Just the chat in general.
I think
Okay,
that's
which-
pretty good.
Which stream are you?
Bottom left.
I don't know, that's why I wrote my username at the top of my canvas.
Here's the bottom left.
I don't see your name on the canvas.
It might be lagging. I noticed there's a good, like, 10 to 20 second lag between mumble and when you actually see it in the stream.
You are no longer the bottom left.
Makes sense.
Tosh erased you. Because he's an evil person.
This tablet is a radiator! I feel so sweaty while I'm holding this like a baby and drawing on it.
You could put a pizza on it, and then save it for when we hit the 9001.
Yeah, it will totally not be a moldy pizza by then.
See, the town I'm in right now is just 30 degrees C outside, and my apartment doesn't really have air conditioning, so it's not exactly cool here.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm actually really lucky that for some reason my room hasn't heated up yet. I have no idea how this is even possible. It's only 23 degrees in here. It's like 33 outside.
Yeah, according to my cell phone, it's 30 degrees outside, but the sun's starting to set now since it's 8:20 here.
Wait, who
Hey,
was just talking?
Hey, a bunch of people in my time zone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's my time zone, but I have no idea who just talked. Didn't look at the mumble window.
Mentioning the time zone thing was that 30 degrees C outside.
Do I know you?
Which country are you in?
Germany.
No, I'm over in France.
No, I mean, if I know you from the ISC.
From the what? I'm actually not sure who's talking either. I have to open the mumble.
I'm Chicago.
I don't think we spoke before.
Well, your name
But
doesn't
either
seem
way-
familiar.
Either way, nice to meet you then.
Yeah, hello.
I'm just happy when I say a temperature and people don't ask me, what is that in degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah. Or like, how long is that distance in imperial units?
Metric is the best system.
Oh Oh yeah, metric is so much nicer.
We actually have a de facto mile in Sweden. It's called mil, and it's 10 kilometers. Which actually makes it really confusing when you compare it to imperial miles. I thought all the distances in the US was like really long.
Alright,
Well, they are.
If I remember
But they are not just
right,
not that
a
long.
1 unit mile is 1.65 kilometers.
It's 5,280 feet.
See,
Because
this
you know-
metric system is so much easier.
Base 10
Much
would be
is
too
it
easy
in
there.
hands or noses.
Why do we have to have some arbitrary number like 5,280? And then 12 inches for a foot.
Because some king in England wanted to say,
That
and then
guy,
the US is too damn stubborn to change.
that guy was an asshole.
Give me something to crit.
Well, I'm still thumbnailing, so I guess that's not too much to crit right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the actual pose I want to do for Octavia. Because I don't want to do the generic with a cello. And I'm just trying to figure out how to do the, like, show style stuff.
References.
Oh god. I can't concentrate on this at all.
I threw you back up,
going
Tech.
just hyper. Have to constantly watch over.
Alright, Jarek, do you have voice capability?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm taking yours in my live stream right now. So it might be a little
One
easier
sec,
for
let
you
me pull
to
it up.
see it in my specific live stream instead of community one.
The head's too tiny and the back legs are wrong.
Are you here?
Yeah, I've got it up, but
Okay.
yeah, I've got your stream up.
So generally, the back legs go back. They have an overall angle that tilts backwards as the body is standing straight up and down. The hawk is also very, very large with this very large rump area that comes in, thins quite a bit, and you get the leg. And you want your legs to be quite a bit taller, honestly. They're about the same height as the rest of the form, plus a little bit.
Rest of the form being barrel to head.
Yeah, body to head, like that. Legs tilting back is important. Legs also have quite a bit of thickness to them. If you notice with the negative space, the space in between the legs and the shaft, there's almost nothing there because very thick legs, lots of volume. Not like a real horse, going to the neck seems a little bit thicker. Hair, poof, let it come out, come up. Take up some space, lots of space. Oops, I'm on the wrong way. The iris, you seem to be afraid of the hair of the iris, which is a very common thing with overlap. You just have to be able to let things overlap. So, let the iris come in and look. If the figure is looking down, the figure is looking down, but then the whole head should be tilted down. This is a
That
very
makes sense.
standard. This is a very standard kind of. I don't know how to put this. Boring goes. This is the breakdown of a character sheet, basically, and that's the only
Yeah.
way you would use this. And you really want to avoid drawing that because it's not interesting. You gotta put some expressions into it, put some expressiveness to it, put some angles in it, have something happening. So let's draw something real quick. Waves spread to here and back. The fronts are crossing a little bit. It just looks more interesting when stuff is happening, when you have some kind of a narrative going on. A nice one. Okay. When there's something happening, things look more interesting, they look more expressive. There's something to the art instead of just doing it for itself. Yeah, there's a certain amount of worry to be had about the manual proportions and stuff like that, but that's something that's just going to be a consistent worry until it's figured out. So you may as well do the rest of it. It's one of those things that it's going to take a lot of practice, so you may as well not practice the same pose every time and try new poses. So you can practice joints, too, and expressiveness, all that stuff. So, and the ear seems a little far forward on the head, generally. You have a circle for the head, middle bit out. And so we have the ear touching with the back of the head. So that's where ears go. And there's something to worry about with the ears is that you don't want to do triangle ear. You don't want an ear that's got the same inside as it does outside. Ears will show kind of like a lemon on the outside. It's tall and it's short, and it's got this little quarter come out of it and it touches on the head. So it's about twice as tall on the outside. It's on the outside.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And especially with those back legs. Watch those back legs.
Yeah,
Big hop.
they're the weird ones.
Thins a whole bunch. Kicks back. Undo that. I may have to set it up with the bones and the joints and that's like you can understand that this is a bone that sticks out. So you have the knee here. The knee joint is actually right about here. And there's a bone that sticks up and makes the little hawk point in here. Comes down, and the hoof joint, and knees right around there. So you can get a lot of bendings for those. You can go further into anatomy.
Yeah, I got some like horse anatomy wise, like bone structure. I get that. I've got horse drawing or bone structure drawings and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, like, there's a disconnect for me at least, just because I haven't done a whole bunch of drawing from knowing how it's supposed to look and then actually drawing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it takes practice.
Yeah, totally.
It takes a lot of references, it takes a lot of practice, it takes a bit of time. So, hopefully that was helpful. And any other questions on stuff to critique, considering this is the critique time of the stream?
Ow! Hit my foot on my computer.
I wish Puppy would just go to sleep. I could actually do something.
Hi, Hawkren.
Somebody is alive.
We are
Nope,
alive.
we're all dead.
Oh, sorry, we're dead.
Yeah, definitely dead.
I forgot.
I'll prepare some graves then.
Oh no, as soon as you enter, we have to kill you.
You've seen
That's
this
how it
place
works.
now.
You know too much.
It's difficult to critique individual people when all you can really do is say the one on the upper left and the one over on the right.
Well, if you need to know who is who, just ask and I'll let you know.
Alright.
Why did I pick Celestia? Or Fine Line?
Okay, Tech here. How does the body look compared to the head?
I'm gonna take a break, I think. Because my hand is seriously getting... I don't know, it feels odd when it's not too hot that it actually hurts, but it's hot enough to make it really uncomfortable to draw right now. So you can switch my stream out, Aitosh.
Done and done.
I think Justin TV has died.
Yeah, it should be back up now, though. It did die a couple minutes ago. But Justin.tv is a little weird with restarting a stream after it dies, so you may have to refresh the page.
It's working for me.
So I still kind of have that thing. I still kind of have something that I could, that is somewhat finished that I held back just for the stream to critique. Could link that, or could show that on stream, or do both.
You're on stream right now in the upper right.
Let me just open it.
Okay, could I get an opinion on where I'm right now? I just added the body in. I believe I'm still in the lower left.
Yes, Uber is in the upper right, Tech is in the lower left.
I think the body should be a little bit bigger. I don't have any references handy for me right now, but like I feel like it should be a little bit bigger.
You said the rump?
Just the entire thing. Let me pull up some references so I can not be just completely lying to you.
Hey gang.
Okay, yeah, references would be great.
Holy crap, it's Bob Dude.
Kill him!
Bob Dude.
The Bob Dude Zero.
Not familiar.
The zero and only.
Technically, there's no Bob Dudes.
I don't know, if you're talking about the computer world, you start counting at 0.
Okay, so someone wanted critique on the Twilight picture?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. A little bit of composition
Which one are we talking
is...
about? Top right?
Yes, the Twilight, Dragon Ball Z, shooting laser beams, all that whatnot.
Alright, great. I can crit it if you want.
I was gonna give it a little bit of a go myself, but if you want to lead...
No, God.
Composition.
if you both have
There's a
something
lot
to
of
say.
motion. There's a lot of force heading to the right side of the frame, and there's a lot of space on the left side of the frame. You might want to balance that out rather than just putting the main character right in the middle, because anybody here know about the golden ratio? The whole I do. Yeah. It's generally a good guideline to follow, and if you just shrunk in the frame a little bit, it would give a little bit more weight to the direction that most for motion is directed, as well as setting it right along that ratio, and it would really pull the thing a whole lot, it would really pull the composition together a lot easier and stronger. Also, you might want to add a shadow leading away to the upper right of the frame along the ground. Very bright light source, and with bright light sources comes very harsh shadows. And right now, it's just like no shadow.
Alright,
That's
cool,
my
thanks.
shot.
You talk about composition, but with a piece like this where there's basically just a character, there's not a whole lot of emphasis on compositional elements. There's really not much that you can really do except to try and bring motion out of the character. Like, composition has a lot to do with like your environment and how the environment interacts with the character, but if you just have something a couple like this, then you're really gonna want to have some seriously noticeable action lines. Action lines imply movement, they imply power, they imply a lot of stuff depending on like pose and all that. And your action line here is a little bit stagnant. You can kind of trace the action line is just that you can kind of trace it down from that hind leg all the way up to the head, and it's just kind of that straight line. And you don't really want that, especially for something that implies power. So you might want to bend up your pose a little bit, try and get like a really solid stance, put it low to the ground. You know, get a pose and an action line that really imply a powerful stance and a powerful like focus. And then what was the other thing I was gonna say? Another thing. Oh right. Just a little minor thing. She just has this big old ball of light in her hands. We don't have any context for that. We don't know why she's charging that up. We don't know how she's charging that up. She has no glow on her horn. We don't know what she's fighting. We don't know if there's like a big like war or something. We just don't know. It's just a picture. So you need to. The next thing would be to establish a narrative. We want to know what it is that she's doing and why she's doing that. And that's something that kind of comes out in like the first sketches and stuff. Like you need to come up with the reason as to why you're drawing it before you ever draw it in the first place. So it's not really something you can fix right now unless you just like shoddily threw something in there. But and then I guess that's really about it. If you want more compositional elements, that would probably be the next thing. But I know you're not really focusing on that, so I won't really go into it. And yeah, that's essentially it.
If you want a strong action line in the pose, just sort of tilt the shoulders back, and have it sort of a if you're winding up a bat, just have the pose have a twist in it. A lot of potential motion just sort of charges to the character and give it a lot more energy that way.
A good reference to use for like especially action poses is Jinuranda. He's around here somewhere, and he has some very his poses really do imply a lot of motion and power in them, especially if you check out his blog. I'll go ahead and I'll grab a link to it and throw it in IRC.
I'm just gonna name drop Flobish.
Oh god, he has some sexy action lines.
Really?
He has one that's really fucking awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Flobish does. Goddamn, he just has so much motion.
There, I put it in the chat. It's like the best thing he's ever drawn. It's so action-line, bro.
Very stretchy.
I just linked Jin's blog into the IRC if you want to check him out. Seriously, his poses have a lot of power.
The other blog.
Tech, I shot you a link in IRC about 5 minutes ago. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Also, Adolf Bartels. Adolf Bartels, I don't recognize your name. Do you think you can throw up like a link to your DN or something?
I have a Tumblr with my exact name right here. Just tack on the URL.
Oh, is that what you just linked?
No, what I linked was something from a blog that I follow, but I can link you to that blog if you want.
I just want to see some of your work.
He's nosy.
I am.
Dude,
I
We'd
am
like to
on
stalk
the
people. We all are.
Reddit group. My name on there is Sigma Urash. I posted a few things. I haven't done too much recently because I've been drawing a variety of subject material.
I recognize
that name. Jing.
This is the most people I've ever seen in Mumble.
I know, right? It's exciting. I'm in here every damn day, and it's always just Phobish and Handsocks.
I didn't even know there was a Mumble.
Spam bots.
I didn't even know
Okay.
people were here at all.
Okay, Bob, it wasn't me spamming the bots. They were spamming the bots upon me.
Team on fire.
The hair is, it's a start. But hair likes friends, I guess. And you should think of it rather as larger forms rather than individual strands all lining up. Generally, hair sort of clumps together into tendrils and larger groups. And if you just outline those groups first and then sort of fray the edges a bit, it generally looks very convincing.
Kind of like
Yeah, I think
treat it as a
that's-
mass rather than just a bunch of pines.
I think it's one of those things where it looks
Imply
nice and
hair
traditional, but not so
Should I
much
do a-
digital.
Should I do a hair tutorial? I can do that.
What's the hair?
Also, I'm not exactly sure where the motion in the hair is. It seems to have several points of gravity it's swinging towards. Generally, hair likes to move in the same direction. Generally, think of it as like the same as fabric, like sort of drapery that's sewn into your head.
Well, that's another thing. If you don't treat it as a mass, it really hard to convey the movements or shape. Because you just make these quick lines around.
It's so nice to be painting something completely different to what I normally paint. I normally spend like ages on a single landscape painting. Like this, for example, I'll just post it here. Normally just spend ages on a single landscape painting like that. And that's what I want to do with, like, you know, these characters and just build them up like that.
Just so I'm clear, who all is where? Like on the stream itself.
You got some serious feedback there.
Does that mean you might want to move out of an opera hall?
I think it is you, Bob.
Because I'm hearing it too.
It might be you
Oh, it's Hawk
and someone
who's
else.
feeding back.
Oh, okay.
But Bob Dude is echoey as shit.
Change the sensitivity on this. Last time I had to change it down.
I'm just going to start talking about hair. Is that something?
Do it.
Alright, so we start with a circle, a nice heavy circle. And get the general facial characteristics. I'm not going to worry about them too much specifically, because we're talking more about what the hair is and hair shape. So for hair shape, you want to go overall first. And then just figure out where its big general shape is. So I've got these very loose lines, and I'm going to actually lower the opacity on layer and kind of really emphasize my looser lines and say, these are my big shapes. I can't speak up. I am a quiet person. Okay, so this is our general initial sketch. It's very loose, it has very... No, I cannot get my mic close. This is as good as it gets.
He's eating the mic.
Yeah, literally. This is as good as it gets. If you want to increase my output, I can figure out a way to do that, but I'm not sure.
I got
quite sick
food.
today, so I can't.
I need to get food. Don't forget to share the food in the chat.
Alright, so I start with my general
those
marks,
long
and you'll notice that
strings.
there's three or four general marks of just lines. And these are, in the general to specific thing, these are the clumps. I've got my basic outline of what the hair shape, where the hair shape is, and so I'm going to be working on clumps from there. And here is where, and after this is where I want to emphasize my overlaps. So I've got this downward clump, and I'll put a couple lines there, so you see there's a couple strands of hair coming out. And this downward clump is a few of its own. So it seems like I'm getting specific, but I'm really not. I could even get more specific on this. So let's keep going. Let's see how far we can get before it gets crazy. Every time there's a change in direction of my clumps on the starting clump, I'm going to make sure the lines come into the hair shape. And one of the great things about inking is that if the line isn't quite right, or inking hair, if the line isn't quite right, you can do another one right next to it, and it'll just be a couple strands, and you don't have to worry about that. So my head's gonna look off because we're not detailing my head. I'm going far into depth, I'm just doing bare bones basics. And so that's a general hair shape. And let's get even more specific. Let's turn off the other layers. Over this. Get a smaller brush. Because as you go towards specific, it looks smaller. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gesture again. I'm going to go a bit crazy. And swoosh things all over the place. And this is I'm following the shapes I've already made. And since I'm following the shapes I've already made, I don't have to worry about the overall shape. I'm just worrying more about clumps, more about getting some nice, happy, specific moments in there. Some places where there's an exception to the rule. There's a bit of space over here, there's a bit of overlap there. I'm going to go a bit crazy with how much overlap there is and how many different hair follicles will stay. hair is very gestural, so you can kind of a clean way to more gestural now. It's one of those things where you can go back and forth. You can go from general towards specific and then back to general again, which is kind of what this stuff is. And it seems to be illustrating a whole bunch of specific things. It's still got this wonderful mess to it. And this mess is very interesting. I'm still going to put in a couple specific lines for the strands of doing some things. So illustrate native space, make sure that I'm in its native space. A little bit different angle here, and then something like that. And I'm really drawing right now on my vocabulary of what hair and fabric in general can do. It really helps to understand and know your volumes to get something like this. So, I got something messy. And I'll get the rest of it figured out. Can't just work on one specific part, even though I'm emphasizing the hair here. Let's see it without its context, and where's its effectiveness. This is really what general to specific is I'm slowly correcting things, slowly getting a little better on each thing. Let's give her some eyebrows, because eyebrows are nice. Indicator mode. So again, lower opacity. And I'm going to see what I made out of my mess. A nice small brush. And I'm going to interpret the mess. And what this means is I'm going to decide on what that part of that mess means. Let's say this element here means there's a little space over here. And this means there's a curve here, which will come in here. Basically, I'm finding where in my sketch I have all these interesting marks and what they actually mean as I get more specific in the hair.
And there goes the stream.
It's back up.
Stream should be fine right now. You may have to refresh though.
Hey Tasha, are you throwing Husian?
Say that again?
Are you throwing Husian?
I don't really know what I'm working on, but
You're working on our collaboration, right?
actually, alright.
So now more decisions, more. Even when I have two strands that are fairly close to each other, I can interpret them differently as different places in space. One is a block of hair, and the other is an overlap of one thing over another. It's important for me to still zoom out. Keep zooming out, keep looking at the piece as a whole. I can still keep overlapping things and say, alright, this messy ink can be something else.
Adolf, did you use a textured brush for that? Because I'm noticing quite a bit of a shift. I can't understand that.
Who what?
Just using a textured brush on an image on Dropbox, I'm noticing something to do with the hair.
Wait, who?
I'll mumble pronounce his names for me.
Sweet.
Alright, so I've got all these strands and locks, and these overall locks going into more strands areas. And it's all kind of neat and interesting, and it's more difficult to interpret it in inks and less difficult to interpret it in color. So I'm putting it in random colors. So I can see what happens. Yes, I do use the word yellow. It's common where I'm from. See lots of curls. The very soft curls are the end shapes. The overall shape is more plain and the end gets a curl to it. There's a bit of a flame look, a bit more of a disheveled look. It's a little bit of a style thing. But that's okay, because we can do that. You see, the lines are different. There's a lot of variety here, and that's the important part with any element in art, is to incorporate variety, and what variety means is very, very difficult to explain via voice or chat. It basically means enough angles, enough thicknesses, enough changes in direction. The things look different, but there's still coherency to the overall. And tell what it is, and it adds to the mood, instead of taking away from us. So I'm going to finish the head here and we can move on to color. And color. No, I'd spend a lot more time on the head, getting everything correct, making sure the mood makes sense and all those things. I know where hair concentrated from. In fact, look at this abstract makes no sense. A little more hair under here. It's a little nice under space. Those eyes just there. And then kill the eyes. Enough. Time for our body reviews to go flats.
Alright, Atosh, you think you want me streaming?
Go for it, Bob. But like I said, anyone who is getting or giving critique has priority, so you may be shuffled on and off.
Well, I will be giving critique, but I guess I could do both.
Awesome.
I don't care.
And I think Fergov wants some critique on his piece. He is now on the stream in the upper right.
Oh, that's Fergoff. I thought it might be. Is he in Mumble?
I don't think so.
He's afraid to die.
He's in IRC, yes.
Totally didn't just promote this stream with BronyCon staff.
Woo!
noise.
I noticed that we're not on the front page of the main sub.
We're not even close.
Yeah, that's not too surprising.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Wait, I thought we are.
Fergoff can hear me speak, though, right?
Can Fergoff hear you speak? Or is he in space where no one can hear you speak? Okay, similar to making everything else, we start with general. We're going to lay down flats with our hair stuff.
If anyone can find the time, I'd like to have a quick crit on where I'm at with the drawing right now. I can link the reference for the weird character I'm drawing right now in the IRC or Mumble, because it's not a regular pony, and it's a request I got, and yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Yeah, go ahead and link that in IRC. Chicago is in the bottom right in the stream.
I'm gonna go ahead and crit Fergoff first. If somebody else wants to handle Chicago, they can.
Are there any larger versions of the image we're supposed to be seeing by Fergoff? It's about an inch tall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see it. I just can't really get a good idea as to what's going on with the comp.
What I'm doing with the hair now is I'm making sure there's underside to things as well as the overside. So, yeah, the inside of the hair on that.
Okay, Fergov is going to export it for you.
Alright, great. Every time I look at anything Husi ever does, all I ever think of is how badly I want to learn how to do concept art.
Same. I see that with a lot of art.
Yeah.
It's heavy though, because you look at professional concept art and it's, you know, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
The trick with concept art is you don't just have to be good, you have to be fast. You have to do that kind of stuff in about a few hours.
4 hours. 4 hours is normal size for a piece, but in 15 minutes you have to have an overall of what everything is. If they ask you to do something and you, in 15 minutes pass and you don't have anything for them, you're out.
That's what I've been working towards. I've been trying to get my workflow going.
Stuff.
I've been working towards this for years and I don't have it.
Most of my compositions are completely done in about an hour or so.
Mine usually take a hell of a long time, but it's mostly because I'm just too lazy to work on them. Like right now, for instance.
Damn it, Bob.
That's a problem I used to have as well, and then I tried something interesting and it's working, is that I'll challenge myself that every single day, before the day is over, I will start and finish a complete drawing. It started off as just sketches, it was kind of crappy, and now I've done full-fledged paintings.
That's how I learned how to do
like,
vector
the
art.
amount of time that I have to invest into a full-fledged painting is still too much for me to do it in a day. Like I spend a good 30 hours on a single piece, or at least I want to be.
Then you'll start learning where to, what places you can cut corners and what parts are really needed.
Yeah, if you force yourself to speed things up, you'll force yourself to learn how to draw fast. That's basically what it is. And it's a very difficult thing to teach yourself to do because all of a sudden your art quality plummets to like 2% of what it used to be. But as you keep going, your quality keeps raising.
Hold on, Views, the one that Husi's working on right now, is that your collab?
Is it the Yellowstone piece?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, Fergov posted his picture for critique, and I think Chicago is still looking for critique on his.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Okay, so...
Okay.
Chicago's...
Fergoff then.
It's the one with the mask, right?
It's the one with
I
the...
posted the reference in the ISC.
Fergoff.
It's the reference, where's the original? What am I looking at? Where's your
A pony, I think.
I don't think he posted the piece. Chicago, do you want to export yours and post it for view?
I can do that.
Okay.
Which reminds me that I haven't saved this at all yet.
Save it!
I just never learn.
Save early, save often.
Live and don't learn.
Lose it.
That's my motto.
Alright, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and crit Fergoff real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so... First of all, motion. You're implying it, but it's not quite there. It's not obvious. Your action line and all that, what with their hoof up and like yaw or whatever, it's there. There's motion, but it's not being illustrated very well. And I say this because it's like, if according to that hoof and the general direction of the pose, I'm expecting her to be coming out kind of like in the bottom right-ish kind of area, like into the piece a little bit, and the cape and the mane and all that just aren't agreeing with that direction of motion. So that's something that needs to be like, just kind of just let everything sway to that single point of where the motion is, like, or on the single line of motion or whatever it is, to get that effect back. The other thing is line weights. You've got all the same line weights almost like everywhere, especially like in the buildings in the back. I'm seeing like they're all very thick. They're all very noticeable, except for a few on like her, And that's so line work is like, especially stuff in the background. Stuff in the background ought to be really thin line work because it's farther away. It shouldn't be as well as defined. While stuff in front should be a little bit bigger. So be sure you're using your line weights like effectively and responsibly, I guess. And then what was the other thing I had? Right. Okay. Variety. You don't have a lot of variety, and I mean variety in every single aspect. Like colors, shapes, folds in the fabric, everything. Vary it up. So like if you stare at like her very forehead, or actually like her cheek or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you stare at any one point, and you can see that same color being like it's there in a lot of it's that same color everywhere until it hits like a hard edge and then it becomes a different color. Let your colors flow. Add more color to it. So you've got this kind of dull red. Why don't you add a little bit of yellow to simulate that lighting? Or maybe some of that dark purple can be added as the kind of backlight, because that's what the scene is. That dark purple. Why don't you bring a little bit of that to the character? Something like that. Just vary up your colors for sure. And a lot of just everything, just variety everywhere. Because as View once said, variety equals believability. And then, what was the last thing? I had one more thing. Oh, that's right. Colors and light, not in a variety thing, as a working together kind of thing. You've got okay colors, like the red agrees with the purple a little bit, it's not bad. But the colors aren't transferred around. There's no harmony between the character and the environment. And if you just kind of mix the colors a little bit, just kind of play around with them a little bit, bring some of the character's colors to the environment, or bring some of the environment's colors to the character, just kind of set her into the environment. And you can do that really, really well with colors in particular, and lighting again. Light will very well set things in. And I mean, like I guess I could like nitpick stuff, but I mean those are the main concepts I think that could really use some heavy hitting. So I guess that's it. If you want some more, I can give you some more, but I could probably just PM you that in IRC. God, it is so much better saying crits out loud than it is to type them all out. Like, it's the best.
Takes a lot less time. Okay, has Chico posted his pick to the IRC? Yes.
Okay, I got the body and the legs drawn in. What do you guys think? Could I get a critique on this?
Who said that?
Tech.
Tech. Oh, you're not on the stream, are you?
I don't know. Did I get bounced from the stream?
He's currently bounced.
Someone has to awaken the Ator.
He's in purgatory. There's nothing we can do.
And Ishiko, is he on the stream? Is he on the mumble? Can you hear the mumble? Is he viewing the stream?
Huh?
You're around, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Alright, right now looking at the piece. What's the narrative?
Well, the basic idea was that he's in this room. To be honest, I didn't really think about this room a lot. It's a room with a lot of books. I've only drawn one yet, but there will be a lot in the shelves later. And someone is asking him to put down his mask, and he's like, "What? Put down my mask?" Like, he doesn't even understand the concept because it's not a mask to him. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? What the fuck?
Okay, so right now the pose is kind of... In art, you have to exaggerate poses. That's just how it goes. You have to tilt the hips more, you have to lean things more, and you have to pretend that you're acting. So you have to really push the things. So right now, the only anatomy error I see is that the ear is a little tilted back for reasons I don't understand. It can be tilted forward. But for reasons of expressiveness, the entire pony's pose could be completely different. He doesn't understand, so his back leg is way back there. He's pushing forwards. He's like, huh? I do not understand. And his eyes are less even. So, kind of tilting and looking at her. There's a bit of asymmetry to the eyes, perhaps. Because, as I understand, the mask moves. Diagonals, lots of diagonals. Horizontals and verticals are very stable and indicative of confusion. And maybe the scarf comes around here. He's raising his hoof a little further up. Because right now it looks like he's trying to hold something. Again, it's the horizontal. So it's going up. His leg is way back here. He's playing towards his mask here. He's like, this is a part of my face. It's me. Why would he ask me to take it off? And the ears are a little asymmetrical. This one's pointing more out. Okay. The entire point I'm making here is that you have to really push the pose, make it more dynamic. Put yourself in a similar scenario and just kind of exaggerate what your action would be. And see if you lean forward, do you lean back? Do you sit down and kind of put your hand on your head and go, what? I mean, there are 1,000 different ways to interpret this emotion. You can do a lot of different things. You gotta avoid standingitis, which is the idea that you worry more about just getting the character down than actually what the character is doing. So you have to sit down and just kind of sitting there, not to that side, but one side of the mask. You play a lot with the scarf. The scarf is going to be your dynamic thing. You put it anywhere. It's indicative of the motion he just made, and not the motion he's currently making. It's going to lag behind the movement just a little bit. So for this kind of expressive emotion thing, it's difficult exactly what to do. Wings can be very expressive. If you're curled in, it's more introverted. If you're flared out, it's more extroverted. You can show some character is angry just by the expression of the wings. It's interesting. But I encourage you to play more with the posing. You've got the character down, you know what the character is. So do some general, posing stuff. Want to give you an idea?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's somebody critiquing Fergoff after this to interrupt somebody.
You're wearing pants.
I heard that too.
Pants.
This stream brought to you by Pants.
So pants.
So much pants. Also, this is the artiest the IRC has been in so long.
Who does art in an art IRC channel?
Like, when did we start talking about art here?
I'm pretty sure that this is just a swoosh-centered channel. That's all we usually talk about. Maybe Oxygen if Aim's there.
I usually just talk about Grenadier's love life with Junior Ronda.
Oh yeah. Man, it'd be awesome. It would be awesome if Flobish talked, so I could have my Bishy back.
Bishy, come back. You can blame it all on Gren. He was wrong. You too bish for me.
I actually have to get going. Yay, chores.
Nah, you don't. Just stay.
Boo. Well, I kind of have to go buy more food, or I starve to death.
Nonsense. Just eat cardboard.
You won't starve to death that quickly.
Okay, since Tosh is back, could I get a critique on my stream?
Who said that?
Tech, because my stream's currently not up.
Right.
You're up now.
Well, time for me to go. See you guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Tech is now in the lower left.
And I blame
We
Bob
need more
for everything.
Oh, the stream is catching up. I'm still seeing Hoosey down there.
You don't need to see me.
Okay, so I added kind of tweaked the body a little bit, and I added the legs. I'm kind of just going for like a trot, so I Maybe. I don't know if I got that right or not.
I'm waiting for stream to catch up. Just give me a second.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay. So you said you're going for a trot kind of thing?
Yes.
Alright, well... You've got some strange bends going on in the front legs. I think you've actually added an extra joint that shouldn't be there.
Where at?
Tech, you had a skeleton,
no, it's
right?
not that you have. It's not that you've added an extra joint. It's just that you have your hoof, your hoof joint up really, really high.
If you could just pop that skeleton up for a sec, if you still have it saved on a layer, that would help.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, just wait for the stream to catch up.
But you've got your hoof joint really, really high up on the front legs, and the main thing that I'm noticing on besides that for the front legs is that you're missing your the whole bottleneck effect that ponies get. So like fat in the hoof and thinner as it gets to the body. It's hold on, yeah, you do have an extra joint then. You've got that one right in the middle of the knee to hoof. I don't even know, whatever. Yeah, so I could probably bring it up in redline or something.
Yeah, you should redline it. I'll pull you up as soon as you stream.
Okay. Give me a second to set everything up. Just wait a minute, Tech.
Okay.
Hey, Tech, do you think you could link me an exported .png of that into IRC so that I can bring it up in my SAI?
Sure. What's the easiest way to do that?
Up at the top, go File, Export As, and then PNG.
And then you can upload it to Imgur, Stash, or whatever you want.
And then toss this over.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, I'd like to say that pose is kind of weird. It doesn't look like she's in the middle of a trot. It's more like she's
laying
jumping
down or something.
So you really have to which part of the trot you wanna see. Has to look kinda accurate. It's difficult to explain. You just have to watch a whole bunch of animations of opponent trotting to understand the movement.
Hi, Atosh, I'm live, but I'm still waiting on Tech.
Tech is uploading it to Stash right now because I'm creeping his stream.
I'm seeing.
Dude, I'm totally having more tablet driver issues.
Aww.
It's like every day. Yeah.
Speak to me about wacom drivers.
I have to keep my tablet in my lap, right?
Yeah.
And so I have to this laptop and the USB. The USB likes to just pop out just a little bit because it's on my lap and I often shift it around. And as soon as it pops up just a little bit, the driver just completely destroys itself. I have to reboot. So I have to be so careful about the cord on this damn thing. Okay, Tech. I just got it.
Okay, give me a second to toss the stream up then.
Your stream is being difficult, Bob.
It is?
The fickle stream.
Tech, I just linked you a GIF.
Okay, Atosh, let me know when it's going because I'm ready to go.
Alright, just a second.
Okay, I got the stream up so I can redline it.
Oh, are you just watching me individually?
Actually, yeah, that'd probably be easier if I had your stream. Can you,
Yeah,
you
you
link
can
just your stream in the IRC?
Just click, or just type question BobDude0. My link's in there.
Still trying to pull it up, but Twitch just won't load the video for yours for some reason.
Hmm. I mean, I've got it going, so. Tech, can you see it?
Your Twitch?
Yeah.
It's loading, so I have to wait for the ad.
Exist. Those joints they're straight up, they do not exist. Instead, you need to just make those perfectly straight, so.
Stream just died, or is it me?
No, it died. I'm bringing it back up.
Resurrected.
You're gonna want something more like that, with just the one line down there. So you've just got the elbow joint, that joint, and then the hoof joint. That's all.
Okay,
and
so
then
take
I guess
that
the
one
shoulder
joint
too.
out.
Yes, take that one joint out. Just completely eliminate that joint. Now, next up. As far as a walking pose goes, she needs to be. You need to have a ground figure, right? So you need to establish like a ground. Now, if she were walking, having all four of her hooves up is not good because she's not on the ground. Instead, you're going to want at least, well, most likely at least one hoof on the ground, or at least one hoof preparing to meet the ground, because movement would mean that she would have to be, constantly moving forward. So...
So the MLP standard walk cycle, the walking cycle specifically, has 1 foot entering, like 1 foot entering the contact point, 1 foot exiting the contact point, and then 2 feet up in the traveling position. They always have 2 feet touching the ground at every single time. The walking one. The running animation has periods of time where there are no feet touching the ground.
The running actually always has 1 feet touching the ground, if I remember correctly.
I could.
Going for a bit more of a running.
I know that normal running
Or
doesn't.
do you remember there's like that famous thing with horses where someone took a picture and proved that at some point they are all fours off the ground, but whatever looks best is what I'm going for. So that's why I'm asking.
Well, for like trotting and all that, like running, I can totally see all 4 up. But even in like here, even in your reference here.
No, Uber Dragon's right. There's
Even
always
in the
1 foot on the
reference,
ground.
you got 1 hoof down, 2 hoofs down. I mean, granted that it being down is only like on that one little tip of their heel or their toe, they're still down.
Yeah, okay.
So that's one of the things that's going to help like motion. Now, the rest of it is, again, like the same thing with the joints, going to be anatomy stuff. So, let me see here. It's been a long time since I drew Show Accurate Pony. Tech, you're doing undersketching and everything, right?
Doing what?
You're doing undersketching and everything, right?
Yeah, this is just my base sketch.
Okay, so like you're putting the shapes and everything in there, and like all that.
Are you drawing circles?
Like
and drawing another circle?
Yeah, you draw the circle for the head, you draw the circle for the chest, you draw the circle for the flank.
Yeah, typically.
Okay, great. Let me think here. Sweet. Proportions. Okay, so... So let's see here. First of all, just proportionally, you're going to want the chest and the flank. The flank is going to be a little bit bigger than the chest, but they're both going to be smaller than the head. They're all very, very similar in shape, or not in shape, in size. I mean, like especially the head to flank they're pretty close. But the body is still going to be, the body's circles are still going to be smaller than the heads.
Okay, so you're thinking my body should be smaller then?
Yes, I am.
Right.
Okay.
And then, well, I remember the joint thing. Oh, and by the way, I'm a very strong advocate for transform tools.
One thing I don't understand is I see all the streams and you're all using a white background. That's like the harshest highlight you can use. Wouldn't you want to go for like something that's a bit more of a half tone?
That's what I tend to do.
If you're in the paints or not. For just sketching.
I actually do all of my sketching and stuff just like on a regular white, but when it comes to like my coloring and stuff, depending on what colors I want the piece to feel like, is the colors that I'll set my background to, like, just regular old, just throw a freaking color down color instead of white.
I normally try and go for a colour I can use as a halftone, so then I can apply highlights such as white on top of that, and then dark tones such as, you know, blacks and all that. So it can, you know, the paper acts as the halftone, I don't have to draw as much.
When I start a picture, the first thing I do is I throw down a very dark tone, somewhere in the 8 values, very, very dark, and build my way up. And that way I've got a little bit of space to move into darker values, but usually I start with a silhouette and build up from there, or a sketch, and then build a silhouette from that.
For me, it all depends on what mood I'm going for with the piece. If I want a light and airy mood, or if I want something darker, or whatever I throw back is narrative dependent.
I'm not fancy enough to use this stuff, I just use white and sketch.
Okay, so I know it's going to take a little bit for the stream to catch up, but are you seeing all the different changes I've made to it, Tech?
Yes.
Made basically proportional changes, changing the body size, and of course when you change the body size you're going to have to change the leg size as well, along with that. The eyes, as well as your muzzle, I've kind of, I've taken out such a harsh curve in the muzzle. The eye, by the way, this is something that I see happen to a ton of beginning artists. So, like, if you've got the muzzle thing going on. Now, I know it's going to take a little bit for the stream to catch up, but the eye does not just stop at the head's outline. It continues to curve down with the head's outline. This is something that you understand after studying volumes, but a ton of beginning artists will just bring the eye all the way up to the outline. It shouldn't. It should go up and curve down with the outline. That way you can see that there's still, like, the full eye. Otherwise it just looks like the eye is just being cut off for some reason.
Something I see too many people do is they completely ignore perspective when drawing in the eyes or the mouth. So you'll be looking up at someone and the eye will still curve under in a broad circle.
Maybe the eye's a tad bit too small as well.
Bob, for that sharp angle at the top of the eye, it should be said that in show style, that's exactly how it happens, is it's that sharp angle.
Show style
for which part are you talking about?
There are things that the show gets away with because it's animated, and when you bring it into 2 dimensions, it looks wrong.
Yeah, I know it, but it's like, I think that's why a lot of people do it that way, is because that's how it's in the show. Whatever.
Yep.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, Pungman. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know
we'll talk about stuff.
But they don't do it at the same level. You see, like, if I bring up his references again.
Why do people keep shipping me?
Like, yeah, it goes up to the outline, but it still curves down right, like, before it hits it.
You're just
It goes up to the outline because it has to. But they always, a lot of beginner artists cut it off at the very beginning, like, before the curve ever even starts to descend. And that's not something that you particularly want. You want to be able to see the full circle, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Even when it does go up to the edge of the outline, which is actually what I've done here too. Sorry, my older brother just walked in the room, and I'm in the middle of.
Had to shut off the bathtub.
Okay, I was wondering why everything suddenly went quiet there.
Yeah, no, I would have kept going, but.
You had to shut your laptop,
Anyway, so,
over the corner, and then start reading a book.
So, Tech, if you're seeing what I've kind of done over yours, I mean, I know I screwed up the legs and everything, but it's fine. It's fine for right now. It doesn't really matter. It's just rough. But if you put yours over mine, you can see some of the differences. And most of the differences come from an understanding of volume. Like why I did what I did. Then I think that's really just about it. As far as I guess to recap the whole crit, it's just proportional stuff and motion stuff, making sure the pose works with the environment, even if that environment is just a straight line that she's walking on.
Bob? Did you mention the hind legs yet? Because I linked something that's related to that, because he's been making a common mistake with the bone structure of the hind legs, and I can relink that. Give me a sec. I linked it in the ISC. I didn't link it in the ISC, I linked it in the Mumble.
Gotta scroll down. No, I did not mention that. If you'd like to, go ahead.
Is my stream still up? Yes. One moment.
Bob, could you do me a favor and just send your blue line back to me so I can look at that and reference it while I correct the stuff on mine?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Tech.
I'll even make it red.
Yes.
You see the image gallery I linked?
Yes, I do.
In the Mumble. Yeah, you basically did that. It's a common mistake, and actually a few guides show it like that. But the bone structure actually isn't the way it's shown in the first picture, because as you can see in the last picture, the little edge of the hind leg isn't the actual, I don't know horse bone names. The middle, it's not the joint, but rather the little stick thingy that's pointing upwards.
It's your elbow, basically. Well, ankle.
It's called the hawk.
The big ball of the ankle is way to have up there. So.
The point is that the joint, the knee, so to speak, isn't, and usually isn't, a 90 degrees in a 90 degrees angle, because it works the way it's shown in the image. And once you know that, you'll actually have an easier time posing the hind legs correctly, because that's the way it actually works. Because if you look at your long picture, you see the difference, right?
Immediately once you linked me. Because I know the first couple how to draw pony things I saw had it as the first picture.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why I've been doing it that way.
Just assume that it's the way it works. But I mean, even if you just look at the picture of Pinky without the line drawn on it, it wouldn't make sense for the joint to be there, because then the leg would bend at that point, and it never does. And there's not even space for a joint. It's the narrowest point of the leg, and joints are usually rather wide, so just makes more sense.
Thank you for that. I've had, like, all the drawings I've done, I've not been had the hind legs, so hopefully this helps a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, you've got that whole thing, and then you were adding an extra joint, so once you take that joint out, I guarantee you things are going to start looking a little better.
Sorry, it's 404.
Okay, does anyone else want some Bob crit? I've got that whole thing going on.
I mean, you could tell me if my picture is looking any better now. I mean, Viv did the crit, but I think you heard it. If I'm going in the right direction, or if I should try again.
My dear, did you ever think we'd sail here? Don't worry, cause if we fell, we'd dance at the Sail Hotel. Sail
View is bringing up my stream in my stream.
I wanted to see what's going on.
Good, see how well the hair angles off to one side in your picture there, Hawkrin?
Yep.
Imagine a line from the center of the horn extending out, you know, like a radius or something like that. How it goes down to the right. Imagine that going up to the left, and imagine the hair coming down from the head, arcing off to the top side of the horn.
So it's like contouring, isn't it? It's moving around the horn.
Yep. I don't think hair really grows underneath the horn.
It's magic.
The hair is actually comes out above and around the horn. The horn is lower. In a couple screenshots in the show, the hair flips up and you can see that Twilight's horn is just sitting there underneath. You can also tell with the way Rarity's hair is made that it doesn't come down all the way to it.
Sail
You guys, I need some good ways to trash talk Granitor.
Why need a trash talk Gran?
Go for the hooves.
Because we're art rivals, man.
Oh.
What do I do?
Best way to trash
Tell him his trash can's full of banana peels.
Atosh's poop.
Yes. Yes. All of my yes.
What else do I even need to do on this piece? I need to add more books to the ground, I need to do the rug thing, I need to do all my text for the ground and ceiling. Gotta do the rest of the papers, I got magic stuff.
I'd say, what are you gonna do, kick me? But then I realized, yo, he can kick me.
I need like a checklist or something. Oh, also, this part of the stream is technically done.
Technically, yes.
Your face is technically done.
Oh, that should be the Bob Deuce insult to Gran.
Actually, I want to say something about the stream. or more about the crits, because I feel like these crits are so much more helpful and, I don't know, easier to take than the ones on the ISC, just because you hear the people talking.
Yes.
And there's so much less misunderstandings about how...
Definitely.
Know
Text
what I mean?
sucks.
Like, yeah, at least
Text
for
is
this
really,
kind of
really
stuff.
a poor medium. It's just
That's why I'm a lurker now.
You hurt your feelings one too many times.
It's just so easy to take text the wrong way, especially when it's something as personal as art.
How dare you say that to my face?
I'll kick you
Until
again.
you spoke
Oh god.
That was awesome.
Let's just all use Valkyrie, shall we?
Hey, it's Kype. Mad hype.
Hey, Kai.
Hey, Kype.
What was that about John Jozico being hired by Hasbro?
I don't know what you're talking about.
John Jozico and DA being hired by Hasbro officially.
No clue. Technically, there should be a 1 hour break right now before the general art stream.
Ooh, I'm so excited for the general art stream.
You mad hype?
My hype is real, bitch.
I might not be around for that, not sure yet.
This is kind of already the general art stream.